In today's video, we're going to be reading my worst rated book on my May TBR. So if you didn't see my May TBR video, I had Siri pick out my reads and it was a lot of fun, so you should definitely check that out. But today I'm going to be reading my worst rated book on Goodreads that is on my TBR for the month. So let's do a little drum roll. And that book is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. So let me pull up my Goodreads to tell you what this was rated. This was rated a 3.29 star. And here's my thing about Tessa Bailey. I don't have high hopes for this because I'm not a huge Tessa Bailey fan. I read It Happened One Summer, I read Hook, Line, and Sinker, and they were fun. They were what they were, but they weren't like, oh my god, this is the best book I've ever read. And I know a lot of people love those books. And you know, I wanted to give Tessa Bailey another chance. So she came out with this book last year, in 2023, or was it 2022? I'm not sure, but she came out with this and the cover is super cute, so I wanted to give her another chance. But you know, Goodreads is making me feel like it's gonna be another book, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I think this rating is justified or if I think it should be higher. Or maybe I think it's lower, who knows. I'm going to read some of the reviews. The first one is a 1 star. 1.5, Dear Tessa Bailey, what is happening? I felt more tension and emotions while reading my math book. Okay. I'm going to read a high-rated one since I read a 1 star. You will want to read this book if you enjoy cute, hilarious rom-coms, small towns, gardening/flowers, wine, grumpy/sunshine trope, and so many more things. Julian wants to always see Hallie smile, and it's such a big theme throughout the book. Okay. That's promising compared to the other one. Now that I've read some of the reviews, I am ready to start diving into this book. All I know so far is that the female main character is a gardener and her lifelong crush has just returned back to her hometown. And I started the audiobook. I'm gonna go back and forth between listening and reading. I can't wait to take you with me. We can go on this journey together to see if, you know, Tessa Bailey might redeem herself in my eyes, or if I've decided that Tessa Bailey is just not an author for me. So yeah, let's go read this book together. Okay, I wanted to update everyone on what I've read so far in this book. I am 95 pages in and I'm actually really enjoying it. And I'm not sure if it's just because I have been just reading like Sarah J Maas and I've been in that Throne of Glass world, that picking up a really lighthearted, fast-paced, like non-serious romance book is just doing me in because it's been a while since I've read a romance book. So I'm actually really enjoying this. So essentially it's about Hallie and Julian, and Hallie has always had this huge crush for Julian. She's held him like up on this pedestal and he's finally back. He is a professor at, I think it was Stanford, I can't remember, but he's a history professor and he's taken some time off and he's a very structured person, and I see myself a lot in him because like I love to stick to my schedules, things like that, and he is very much like everything has to be planned out to the minute, and if not, he gets severe anxiety. And Hallie is the complete opposite. She is a hurricane. She just is all over the place, chaotic. So they definitely clash a lot, and it's interesting to see like Julian is really like, who is this girl? Like, why does she recognize me? Like, why do I kind of recognize her? How do I know her? And he's very intrigued by her and attracted to her, and it's very interesting to see like him sort of shifting his ways and like, but getting that anxiety of like, no, I can't switch my schedule around, but like for her maybe, like, so it's very interesting to see that in his brain. But I like that there's a little bit more depth to this book. And I feel like when I read Tessa Bailey's like It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, and Sinker, it wasn't that much depth to it. So I like that the characters have a little bit more to them. There's also another subplot of a wine bar opening up next to another wine bar that Hallie's grandma used to frequent, and her grandma recently passed away, so Hallie is kind of trying to make sure that this special winery doesn't go out of business because it's the one thing attached to her grandmother that she has left. So I really love like that part as well. And the last part I got to was Hallie drunkenly decided with her friend that she was going to write she's going to be a secret admirer to Julian and write out her feelings for him so she can get that out. So she drunkenly left a note for him on his way back, like, to his vineyard. So that's interesting, and I have no idea how that's going to play out. There's a lot of different elements to this book, and I'm actually enjoying it so far. And I really hope I can read some more tonight, but I'm going to cook my dinner and probably watch some book YouTube, catch up on that, and maybe possibly read some more. But yeah, I just wanted to do an update, and I'm really surprised with this one so far. And I hope it continues to be good. I hope there's not like a fatal downfall for this book. Everyone, I wanted to check in and talk about everything that I read yesterday. After I did my last check-in, I just laid down in bed and I finished off the day by reading. I read 145 pages yesterday, so I am getting through this book. I think I'm about 44%. I forget what it was when I put it in on Goodreads, but I'm on page 166. And I did listen to a bit of it, like just one chapter at the gym today. I worked a double at work. I wasn't planning on it. I thought I was gonna come home and read some more, but it is what it is. But I am really enjoying this so far. Again, I'm not sure if it's because I was so stuck in fantasy realm that I'm flying through this because I haven't read like a fun rom-com in so long. I think overall this is super cute, and we got a little bit different characters introduced, and you're finding out more about the male main character's past, and him and Hallie are really talking and getting into more deep-rooted conversations, which I really like, because sometimes I want to pick up a book and I'm just like, let it be fast and cute and sweet, but also I love when a book and a couple has such a deeper connection, and I hope that they keep like diving into that together, and I'm really intrigued to see how this is going to continue. I got to our first spicy scene, which I'm surprised that it took me like this long, because for some reason I thought, you know, it's Tessa Bailey, I thought we would get more spicy early on, and he's the one who's definitely initiating all of it, and we love a man who initiates and does the work. So I'm hoping he can get past his little, you know, like issues and like talk to her, and hopefully like it ends happy. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, and I look forward to reading more. I'm not going to tonight just because I was at work all day. I'm tired, but I plan on reading a bunch tomorrow, and yeah, I want to finish this soon. I am interested in reading the second book. I think it's Unfortunately Yours, which is his sister. She's one of the new characters that got introduced, and I'm a little bit intrigued by her story, so I'm looking into picking that book up as well. But I'll let you know. It honestly depends on how this one ends, because I'm scared. Because why was it only rated 3.2 stars? You know? I'm like, what? Like, I feel like there's something that's gonna happen and it's gonna really change how I feel about this book. Because right now it's like a 4, which is crazy, because a lot of times I'll read a romance like this and it's just a 3. It's like, you know, like wasn't outstanding, but it wasn't like memorable, you know? It was just so fun while I was reading it, but I'm actually really loving this. And I'm worried that something's gonna shift it, because that 3.2 stars, I think it was, really scares me. So we'll see, and I will update you all along the way.
Go down Grapevine Way, having packed up their wine down his leg, and carpool back to town. Shops were shuttered, though a few wine bars remained open, probably nearing last call. She'd been the one to point out they were too different and should only be friends.
He just said, why would she admire someone who is a rainstorm to her sunshine? And all I'm thinking about is, he was sunshine, I was midnight rain. But in his case, it's like, she was sunshine, I was midnight rain. Like, Okay, Taylor Swift, I see you. Hi everyone. So I am about to finish this book. I have a little less than 100 pages left, and I fully intended to finish this book earlier today. But what did I do? I took a nap. More like a 2.5-hour nap. And now it's 7 p.m. And you know when you take a nap and you wake up and you just don't have the brain power to really focus in on anything? That's me right now, but like I want to read. It's a whole like conundrum in my brain. But what I'm going to do is listen to the audiobook while I like read the physical copy. So like in my brain I'm like, oh, I'm not doing any work, right? I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to share like that little update with you. I'm wondering what's gonna happen in less than 100 pages because I'm like, where's the third act breakup? Because they finally kind of, I think they're now like going to get together. So a little bit confused at what could happen in less than 100 pages, but you never know. Again, I'm really enjoying it, but I also wanted to show you all my new bookshelf. I'm so excited, like I keep looking at it. I'm obsessed. So I wanted to show you that, and then we will finish this book together. All right, here is my new bookshelf. I love her so much. I got it off Amazon, and it actually matches perfectly like with the color of my coffee table. So honestly, I just threw on a lot of books from my other shelf to make room for Sarah J. Maas only shelf. So I tried to do it color coded again. I'm a color coded girly. I don't care what anyone says. I love color coded things, and I added cute little trinkets. Like this just fits perfectly. Like that is so adorable to me. And then I added this, like I have this Buffy the Vampire little book thing and a little like cat, like with the witch's hat, I don't know. And then I have my flower candle, and down here I put Wanda, and she's actually reading a book, so I feel like it goes perfectly. But I wanted to show you all this bookcase. I think it comes in different colors. It's on Amazon. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks so good. Like I'm obsessed, simply obsessed. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all.
I can't do that with you anymore. Because you're worth burning for. You're worth turning and driving straight into the fire. Oh, she whispered.
I can't believe he said, you're worth burning for. You're worth turning and driving straight into the fire. Yep. Yup. I want to pause to talk about the audiobook because people who get paid to read like romance audiobooks are so brave, because they just like reading the spicy scenes out loud, and then you know people are listening to it. Like I was just sitting there like, wow, this person full on confidently like said certain words in certain ways in a sentence. I'm trying to keep it PG here, people, PG. So, but like thinking about saying that full confident, like straight up, like I couldn't do that. And I applaud those people, because there's no way that like I would be able to do that like with a straight face or say it so nonchalant like the people in this book do, you know? I just think that's so interesting. I don't know. I have about like an hour, 36 minutes left of the audiobook, so I'm gonna go finish this now. But I just had to share that thought because it was very interesting to me. It's final thoughts time. So I finished this book last night, and as we know, it is rated a 3.2 star on Goodreads, but I would say my overall rating of this book is a 3.5. So there was some things that I did like, some things that I didn't like. So I feel like depending on the person, this could be 3.2, but also it had the potential to be 4 stars because when I started out the book, I was really getting like, oh, this is like a 4 star. Like I really enjoy this book. But as I started getting more into it, like more towards the end of the book, I wasn't feeling it anymore. And I feel like it had a lot to do with the spicy scenes because I don't know if it was because I was listening to it. I also read some of it to myself, but I feel like they kind of ruined what I thought about this book. And don't get me wrong, sometimes like I really love a spicy scene, like specifically like when I read Twisted Games, I ate that up. But for some reason I wasn't loving it in this book. I preferred their emotional connection over their physical connection. And sometimes I hate reading like or hearing from the male's point of view when they talk about a woman's body. And he didn't like talk about her in a terrible way. It's not my favorite thing to hear, especially in a romance. If you watched my video where I read The Deal, I hated how he spoke about like her body. And that's one thing that I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I loved their emotional connection the most and how much like it seemed like they grew through the book, but I feel like it was kind of rushed in the end because there was a 3rd act breakup, and I feel like he really didn't resolve his issue. Like he talked about how he was going to do it and he like showed up for her in the end, but I feel like it definitely needed to be wrapped up in a better way. If you've read the book, I feel like maybe that makes sense, but overall, I think this is like a 3.5 because I really did enjoy it. It was just like the spicy scenes, and then the 3rd act breakup I really didn't like. So yeah, I highly recommend this book if you're looking for something that's a fast-paced romance. I think it was good for what it was, and I'm not mad at it. And maybe I will pick up another Tessa Bailey book because I feel like this was a good palate cleanser. I definitely think it was, and I'm looking forward to reading her hockey romance book. I'm not about to read that golf book. Don't get me started on that. But I'm thinking about picking up the 2nd book in the series. It's about the main male character's sister, and I'm kind of intrigued because I really did love his family dynamic and how much they were included in this book. So yeah, I'm really like, I don't know, I'm really surprised by how I ended up liking this book because, again, not sure how I feel about Tessa Bailey, and also the rating on Goodreads made me scared. But yeah, I think it was a 3.5, and I definitely recommend it to all of you. And if you read this book, let me know, and let me know your thoughts below in the comments. This was a lot of fun to do. Maybe I'll try to do this every other month or so, reading the worst rated book on my TBR, or maybe the highest rated book. So let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you all in my next one.